Hi, fifth grade. Uh, it is Mrs. Valens, and today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be practicing gesture drawing. And so, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be drawing two figures. We're going to draw one from the front and then one from the side. So, today you're going to need a piece of paper, pencil, and eraser. So what a gesture drawing is a very quick sketch. It's like a preliminary, a starting point for a final drawing, or to just capture some sort of movement. It's very gestural, very moving. All right. So what we want to do is you want to fold your paper in half because we are going to be drawing one figure on one side and another figure on the other side. And so this is how I want to zoom in. This is how I would like you to start your gesture drawing. So first you want to start with the skeletal structure. So what we're going to be doing is first drawing an oval for the head. Then what we need after we draw the head is we draw the spine. Now it looks like a balloon. It's not going to look like much at first, but this is a starting out point. So excuse me. All right, so now I'm going to start by the shoulders or your clavicle. So I'm going to make a mark or a line right there. I'm going to make a smaller mark for the base of your ribs. And I'm going to make another mark for the hips. And you're probably like, Mrs. Valens, this looks like nothing. But don't worry, it will start to look like something. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to represent joints. So joints are kind of represented by circles. So your shoulders move, so we have circles right there. Start of your arms, joints for the elbows, more lines for your forearms. And then the hands I like to do in kind of like an oval shape. All right, and so now what we want to do is we want to get the chest to kind of form kind of a rib cage shape. It's not going to look exactly like a rib cage, but I'm just kind of making a curved line going right there. All right, let's move to the lower half of the body. And so now we're going to draw the joints for our hips, just like that, circles. Femur is strongest bone in your body. And then joints for the knees. Then your shins. And for the feet, same thing with the hands. I just like to do just kind of ovals like that. So when you're gesture drawing, you want to get the skeletal structure out first. So before you move on to anything else, this is what should be done first. And then if you have time, then we move on to the muscle structure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my head and I'm going to make this type of line, this kind of curved line that goes from the head. We have our little neck shape, and then it goes to the shoulders. And then now I'm going to start to go around and make these arms a little thicker. I kind of call them like skinny sausages. So make your skinny sausages on both of your arms. This next part can be a little tricky. So now we're going to create the kind of hip and waist shape. So what I'm going to do is going to go from the bottom of the rib cage and make those lines, and then I'm going to curve around the hips like that, just like that. And then for the middle of the legs, I'm going to make just kind of like a V, upside down V, I mean, right there. Bring the side of those lines down to the knee, and then more skinny sausages for the legs. And that would be the muscle structure. So before you move on to any sort of details or anything, you want to do skeletal structure, then you want to do muscle structure. And then what we want to do is when you're ready to start refining, you can start to erase the skeletal structure on the inside. And with our kind of sausage arms and sausage legs, we're kind of left with these bumps. So what we want to do is you want to go in with a contour line, kind of like an outline, and you can start to refine. And I'm going in with kind of like a harder line with that. giving the calves a little bit more puff out. Don't skip leg day. Maybe make the neck a little bit more refined, kind of like that. My head's kind of big, but that's okay. It's gesture drawing. It's a warm-up. And then refining the feet a little bit. All right, so first step, skeletal, second, muscle, then contour. All right, now we're going to do one from the side because you're going to be seeing figures from the side as well. And so we're only going to be drawing one leg, one arm, and just the side. So first, let's start with our head. Then, again, our kind of long line for the spine for our balloon. And I'm just going to represent the shoulders, like the clavicle, with this top line right here. Then we have the bottom of the rib cage, and then we have the hips right here. And you're like, whoa, this doesn't look like anything at all. But that's okay. Joint, shoulder, arm, start of the arm, elbow, forearm, hand, joint for the hip, femur, knee, shin, and then foot. So this is going to be from the side. And now what I'm going to do first, because the arm, if you look at someone turning sideways, the arm is going to stick out first. So after we get the skeletal structure down, then I'm first going to make my sausages starting with the arm because the arm is sticking out first. And then I can start to go and create that muscle structure. So we have that kind of circular oval shape for the rib cage, leg, and then like our sausages for the shin. Going around, kind of making that side of the figure right there. And for the side figure, it helps me a little bit just to give a little kind of nose right there to show that it's from the side. And then remember for the contour line, then we're going to start to erase the inside. And then we're going to start to refine that. So I'm having the shoulder go right here. And just making everything look more refined. So there we go. So that's kind of an intro to gesture drawing. Thanks for watching.